Hey everyone, so this week I worked on a procedural math generator that will give you a profit margin, return on assets, and asset turnover rate. And I tried to make it to where all of the numbers weren't really obvious for them being incorrect, so we can practice those. I found that it's kind of hard to have practice problems on in college because I don't know, they just don't give them any to me. So and AI is really notorious for giving you wrong ones because they have they have a language processor, which makes it easier for them to make mistakes. But with this, we're able to have a math generator that will be accurate, and it took me a long time and gave me a lot of headaches. So we'll do some practice questions. Let's start. So I've got the quiz wizard here. And it says Raven Courier Incorporated, and by the way, I also made it to where it will randomly generate names, and it will just randomly generate all of these numbers, and so it was a lot, but I'm really excited about being able to share this with everyone. Anyways, I'm rambling. Okay, so net sales of 860,830 gold, beginning assets of 254,730 gold, ending assets 334,922 gold, and net income of 501,140 gold. What is the return on assets? Now, first off, I have all of these generating beginning and ending assets. I'm not sure if people would prefer just having the average assets or if it's easier to practice getting the average total assets. So I'm leaving that there for now unless I get any other feedback. So first off, we're looking for return on assets, which is it's sales. No, it's income. Teaching you wrong. Income over total assets. So I'll get my calculator here, and we've got income, which is 501,140 gold, divided by total assets, which would be 254,730 plus 334,922 divided by 2 equals 1.6998. So that would be, and yes, it is 0.0001 off sometimes, which is really frustrating. I don't know how to fix it. I tried to fix it and once broke the entire project and had to redo the entire thing. So again, okay, we've got Lorian's Guild has a net sales of these numbers. What's the return on assets? This is return on assets again. So again, we do 763,080 divided by parentheses 327,846 plus 401,527 divided by 2 parentheses equals 2.0924. We got it right that time. All right, Grumble's Gamble House has net sales of 922,520 gold, beginning assets. What's asset turnover? Asset turnover is sales over assets. So 922,520 divided by 257,831 plus 343,403 divided by 2 equals 3.0688. That's 0.001 off again, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not going to cause any problems. Maybe I'll fix it down the road, but I don't want to break it again. Asset turnover, 805,290 divided by parentheses 242,108 plus 300,342 divided by 2 equals 2.9691. That's again one off. Alright. Asset turnover is sales. So 220 divided by 32695. 0.0850. Doesn't like profit margin right now, so we'll just keep doing asset turnover. I get 5 of each type of problem to randomly go through to make sure that I want to make sure that it's not always the second answer that's correct or the third answer that's always correct. I want all of them to be able to jump around, so it's just actually random, and our brains don't feel like, oh, we know that's the answer, and then not actually be able to try. So 1, 2, 8, 7, 2, 9, 0, 5, 1. Okay, and now I'll just like, I'm gonna click through them a little bit while I'm done. Oh, well, no, sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. It's okay. I'm just here to share this with you. Profit margin. Now, profit margin is income over sales. 648,790 divided by 776,910. That's 83%. And I am not able to get it to round up. That would take some scripting, and I, again, don't want to break it right now. I'm going to keep it in here for practice, and I might do scripting later when I get more time to work on the actual game part, but I'm actually like falling back on studying, so I need to focus more on that, and I'll just do dialogue for now again. This is just really good for practicing. 520,870 divided by 61680. And I do have some measures to try to make sure that we don't have any repeat answers as well, so that it's it looks nice. And again, please let me know if there's anything that you can think of that might help make it better. But if you get it wrong, it will make that sound. If you get it right, it'll make that, well, lucky guess. And then, okay, yeah, now actually I wanted to show you guys, oh, the actual coding and everything that was involved in it. So there's a bunch of those. And then, like, when you leave, I do have it going to the next area that I built. But, alright. So I have this, and actually when you start it, it shows questions, like, it shows, I can't speak right now, summon the quiz wizard, yes or no, and then we'll start doing these. And now we've got, the big one, which is a common event. I have it under shops and formulas, and I originally had this like really messy with, like, if 1 equals this name, if 2 equals this name, and then when I was getting help from the AI, it's just like, why don't we clean it up with this script? And I was just like, as long as it works and if it looks clean, sure. And it does. And originally I also had this as like small names, medium names, and large names. Thus it says like LLC and like mercantile. And then middle would be like incorporated and corporations and industries. And then the large ones are like co and craftworks and exchange and consortium. And I had like 3 separate types of equations to have larger numbers, medium numbers, and smaller numbers. And I had that all set up, and then I just broke it, and I took all day yesterday and could not figure out how to get it. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to simplify it. We're just going to use 1 set of random numbers, and we're just going to go with the larger ones, maybe kind of a middle ground, and that way I don't have to worry about the extra coding causing problems. And again, I can always like update it later, but for now, so we've got the randomizer that's doing net income, and I have it times 10 so that we don't end up with like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in it, because it's easier to work with even numbers. And so I have everything being multiplied by 10. I also had to make sure that net income didn't end up larger than net sales, so I have it set to reset to label 1 and redo the math if it ends up being larger. so that it's a more realistic number. Then I have profit margin, of course, like it's multiplying by 100 because RPG Maker really hates decimals. That's actually what took me the most time, was that they do not like decimals. You have to script them in. And so in order to just have it do percentages, I just have it multiplying by 100. And then I just add a percentage to the regular event. And then to get average total assets, I actually am starting with the actual average total assets to have a more realistic number be closer to sales. The AI told me to divide by 3. I don't know why. I just, at that point, my brain was so fried. I'm just like, okay, if it works, I just want to get it to work. And even then, it gave me so many wrong answers. It would have been way better if I had just figured it out on my own. But at that point, I couldn't think anymore. But yeah, we take the average total assets and then we make the beginning assets equal it, and then we're gonna we subtract a random number, so it's always a random number. And then the same thing with ending assets. Ending assets actually will take the average total assets and it will add a random number. And then, of course, average total assets is a smaller number since it's divided by 3. And so we end up with 2 completely random numbers. Yeah, and it doesn't look like yeah, it doesn't look like oh right, I didn't multiply that by 10 for a reason I'll show you later. And then, yeah, divided by 2. All right, then we've got the asset turnover rate, which you can't just do one long equation. You have to do it bit by bit in RPG Maker, so it's like equals net sales. I have to do times 10,000 because, like I said, RPG Maker does not like decimals. It will just give you a 0. So the way to do that was by multiplying it by 10,000. Again, I couldn't tell you why. I don't really know too much about the way the programming works. I'm kind of learning as I go. But it seemed to work, and same with ROA. Return on assets, we had to multiply by 10,000 in order to get it to go. And I originally had this as like 4 different events, one doing the names and each one for each size, but it looks a lot cleaner now. And then we've got the actual event. It calls that shop formula common event, and then we've got the profit margin being set as the wrong answer, and then we'll add a random number, so it'll be like an offshoot of 2 to 8%, and then this one will do a subtraction of 2 to 8%, and then this will be 1 to 5, and then making sure that we don't have the same wrong answers, and we don't have to worry about number 1 because number 1 is adding. And then these strings are all set because I wanted to add commas because originally it just shows you like 6 to 9 numbers together with no commas separating them. And these strings is what the AI gave me for that. Yeah, I promise I'll learn it later and do it myself. But for now, I want to be able to share this tool with everyone, and I'm in accounting college. I'll do IT next if this is successful. Don't worry. So I would love to make more games like this, like fully by hand. And then, yeah, I have it set as like the wrong or right answers, and then it will throw random quiz event, which is how I actually have it doing all of these randomly, is that I have it set to throw a random number 1 to 13, and the variable, depending on which number it throws, will throw one of these. And then so 1 through 5 is profit margin, and then we've got 6, which is ROA. And again, this string is to show commas. This is the same question every time, except for it has return on assets, and I have it calling the variables for the different numbers. This is for the name, this is for the net sales, etc. And again, the correct, wrong responses, and then random 1 to 13 again. This you have to add this script right here to make the decimal point. That's the thing that creates the decimal point. And again, the ROA, because it doesn't like decimals, and it will just show you the 0. ROA, and then we've got the asset turnover rate. And because I have a lot of things affecting average assets, I did just let it generate this one for me. I originally had it, all of my script and everything by hand, and it was all just control variables and common events. I promise I did it all by myself, but at this point, I mean, and I say that to all the AI haters. Yeah, I know AI sucks, and but it's a useful tool for when you can't figure things out and when you're in a bind. And I really want to, yeah. Anyways, this one makes it to where the wrong answers are random for this one, because I kept trying to do different numbers and they weren't working, or they were being unrealistic. And this has to set all of the numbers to have decimal points as well. Again, originally, when I did this the other day, it was perfect. All I tried to do was I tried to make the ROA that 0.0001 that was getting off. I tried to fix it, and I made the mistake of asking AI for help. And the one fix they had, it broke it, and I'm just like, okay, well, maybe I just need to fix something else. And then I just went down a rabbit hole, and it just ruined everything. So yeah, discard it. I didn't make any changes. If you want, I'm gonna scroll through some more. I didn't make any changes. I'll scroll through some more answers if you guys want to practice. But that's my game that I'm working on so far, and I hope that it helps you guys a little bit someday. And yeah, I'm sorry if you guys want the right answers. I could do that later on down the road, but I actually have to go study now after I post this. So you guys have a wonderful week and an amazing weekend. And bye. See you next Friday.